Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game every Saturday of the year. Tonight we're happy to be streaming Fishing Adventure for Xbox. It is also available on Nintendo Switch and Steam. Sorry, PlayStation.
No fishing for PlayStation.
No, afraid not. Well, you guys have that really cool one from Natsume that we streamed one time. I liked it quite well. Real Fishing Adventure or something. Real Fishing World. I forget. Anyway, tonight I've got Tyler on mic.
Hey guys.
Then up above me we've got Spazpol, Damien.
Hey, I'm back.
And also Brandykatz off to the side.
Hello.
Yeah. Anyway, this game, it sells for $10. It's a very affordable game on consoles, and the Steam version is only $5, so what a deal. It looks like you have to start out playing in Poland. I bet the game developer is located in Poland. It's published by Ultimate Games. You know, they've been really nice. They make all these different job simulation type games. And, like train station renovation. Remember that one? That was a fun game. And now we get to simulate fishing.
Yes, and Ultimate Games is based out of Warsaw.
That explains it. So here we are. Yeah, you know, like, I used to do some work for a Polish game developer, a mobile game developer. And I would see them at industry events sometimes, and they'd take me out to really nice restaurants. We had a lot of fun. I kind of miss those days. Except I took on this job that they asked me to do, and it was really beyond my abilities a little bit, you know, because they wanted me to, like, really come up with these complicated lesson plans. And I know about teaching and stuff, but making lesson plans that you write out is, like, the hardest thing. It's no fun. Anyway, so don't miss that. Hey, Jordan, good to see you, and hello, BX Latino Heat. I'm sorry I didn't say hi. My cats are planning an even act. I can buy a one-time license or a lifetime license.
You got 5,000? You don't have 5,000.
I don't. Is there a... I mean, is that what I'm supposed to do, or am I supposed to do something else first?
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Dude, don't fish without a license, man. That's breaking the law.
I guess you're right. Maybe I need to put the money into buying this one license, and I'll earn enough to buy more, right?
There you go. And then you eventually have all the money. Yeah, one-time license. There you go.
All right, I'm in a boat. Tyler, have you ever been in a boat?
Many times.
They have boats in Utah?
They do.
Oh, okay.
Like boating.
Like
stuff.
all
Yeah,
the lakes.
I thought it was just a big desert.
There's quite a few lakes around the valley.
Oh,
Great Salt
okay.
Lake is disgusting, but there are other nice lakes.
I see, that's good to know. And Damien, you go camping all the time, so you probably see lakes on the regular.
Oh, yeah. Have, I think, 3 in our town, depending. Yeah, there's Mill Pond, Lake Chauncey. Is there a third lake? There's at least 2. 2 major bodies of water.
But no tutorial, at least if it's anything like this game.
Well, you'd probably want to do the cast and, yeah, release it at the end.
I mean, I feel like I'm missing some kind of tutorial. The other games usually have some kind of sign or something you can read. Hold on, I'm gonna mute for a sec.
Right in front of this lake.
Yeah, they didn't really inform you that you needed to buy a license unless you assumed that you knew to.
Yeah, and there's no explanation of the controls other than that control screen. But I really think it means fish. Oh, it said fish. Is that good or bad?
Yeah, well, that means you probably have a fish on. And then you're supposed to press left bumper and right bumper, it looks like, to reel it in.
I caught it. I can sell it or release it. I want to sell it, right? But I get more experience if I release it.
Release it. You're not getting much coinage for that. 6 coins. That's...
Achievement, yeah! Fishing in a thunderstorm. Yeah, isn't this extremely unsafe? Oh, great.
No.
My headset sound cut out again.
You're fine.
Damien? Oh, there you are. Okay. Yeah, I really... Wow, I'm going to have to buy a new headset this week. Anyway. Yeah, how dangerous is this?
I got an extra one underneath here. You want to buy it? It's a nice Omen one.
I'll pay you for shipping. Why is it not letting me cast it? Oh yeah, you press and hold X to cast. So Tyler, have you been fishing, actually fishing?
I've been fishing. I don't particularly care for it in real life.
You know what? I don't either.
cool when you catch something though.
Pretty boring and gross. Like you have to put bait on the wire, and you have to tie the little tiny wire to the hook, and you have to, and then it gets snuck on a rock or on like moss or something, and then you have to redo it all. And nothing.
Yeah, it's the boringness that I like the least, I would say.
I could see that.
We just did deep sea fishing off of Nantucket when we were there for our last merit trip in June. And so we had the scouts, and I think they went through 3 different spots, and we went kind of on a I guess you would say a crew thing. And by the last one, like they knew the spots to go to, and we had 12 scouts on, and everyone caught something. I mean, they were like on, and you're talking like big. There were tuna, and then I'm trying to remember what the other one was. I have some pictures of it on Facebook. But yeah, like when the kids are just catching it like one after the other, these things are coming on, and they're like that. It's like that stuff's pretty exciting. You're like, this is awesome. But yeah, just sitting like in a rowboat in the middle of a pond, not catching anything.
Well, also my boat is likely to sink from taking on water. It just doesn't seem like a very good idea.
Why would your boat take on water?
Because it's raining. Look, I'm sitting there in the rain.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like in real life.
It's the dumbest way to fish.
Well, you have a bucket in there. You can dredge it out.
Yeah, I don't think the rain could fill up.
And I don't think you're getting that much rain. Like you'd have to get like in a downpour where it's like, 3 inches of water coming in.
It's pretty constant.
Not that heavy.
So, I don't know if I'm doing anything right or wrong. I mean, I got to fish that one time, but now nothing's happening.
Oh, see where it bobbed now? Like when he goes down, that's probably telling you.
Yeah.
That's there you
start pulling on it when it goes down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can try.
There.
There, now pull.
But look, it didn't say fish. Like, it'll say fish when you actually have a fish.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it did the first time. Here's the thing, I like a fishing game, but this is kind of unintuitive. You can see it's using the same engine as all their other games, which I totally don't mind. I mean, it actually looks pretty good, other than the frame rate not taking advantage of the hardware. Like, why in the world would they hard lock the frame rate in? I don't get that. There's a castle in the background, that's pretty awesome. Well, is it a castle or just a really big building? I don't know.
Manor.
Yeah, something like that. I'm going to get real frustrated if I don't get some kind of tutorial here. Because, well, let's just try casting on the other side.
Oh, wait, did you put bait on your thing?
No.
What's the behind your head? I can't see behind your head. See what's on the bottom right.
Well, there's like a bowl-looking thing on the right that says 150, a hook on the left, and then a box on the up. Any idea?
That thing on the up looks like it might be bait.
It's a box.
You can't tell it. Your head's there.
Probably a cube of tofu.
Yeah, see what that is. Press up.
I pushed up and it just does this. I don't get that.
Cool.
You guys in the audience got to talk to us, guys, because we're playing kind of a slow-paced game here. So we need you guys to give us stuff to react to.
This is almost as boring as real fishing. Do you got any beer?
Well, that's the thing. Like, fishing is fun if you have people to talk to and fun beverages, you know? Maybe I got a couple of those things. Dang it, Jono!
Good news is I got a Keurig here on this boat, so I'm going to come over to the side real fast and get some more Keurig coffee.
Yeah.
You keep fishing. Yeah, that's for my show and tell.
Dark 6, I caught one fish and I let it go thanks to somebody's bad advice. I'm not going to name any names.
It was 6 coins or 56
it was so
experience.
Small.
I don't get what the D-pad is doing here.
So many small things on this cast today.
Let's hit the back button.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, Dark 6. You know, tonight we're giving out a couple of PC codes that you donated. We greatly appreciate all that. So it looks like you can buy things from the shop using the experience.
Yeah. So let's see, lines. Let's go to the baits. See what you got for bait.
Okay. I got a cat on the table. Hold on.
I got cheese. You gotta throw the cat on the hook and go fish with the cat. What are you trying to do? Get some catfish? This is almost
Very
a
clever.
dad joke.
That's some great work right there.
Man, this is just a terrific stream. We can't figure the game out. Hey, Shih Tzu! And I have to stop and throw things at my cat, who totally knows better. It's the
Don't
older
worry, it
cat.
was soft.
Yeah.
He was trying to get away from the other one.
Anyway, it was just to scare him away. Level 2. I have to get to level 2 to be able to get these other better kinds of bait.
So this is called
See, so
Fishing
that's why you
Adventure.
That's why you
Yeah.
gotta keep throwing those fish away so you get the XP.
I guess so, but we really got to find a tutorial, or I don't know what we can
I'm
do.
doing Fishing Adventure on, is it Xbox?
Yeah, so here we have some controls, cameras, right, quick items. It wouldn't let me use those items.
Sprint? Sprint
Yeah,
where?
when you're walking around on the land. Break. What does break even mean? Do you know what break means?
Maybe like break the line, something.
Yeah, it could be. Like if it's stuck.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's try.
I'll go cast it. Just
Alright.
go through X. Actually, maybe try to get in the middle where it's not red, but like cast in the middle.
Think it matters much? Hey, Jesus Ninja. Did I
don't know.
already say hi? I hope so. Yeah, no, the thing is, we've streamed a couple of PlayStation fishing games that I thought were a lot of fun. And this game has the potential to be fun, but we would have to understand how to catch a fish. Oh, God, stop it, headset.
And be drunk.
Oh, I see. Hold on.
Because this seems really realistic to fishing.
It's a little too realistic, right?
Yeah, this actually, I don't know. Like, we'd usually, I guess this is fine. Because I was like, oh, it seems like we're how far into this? 10 minutes? Okay, yeah, this has been some very boring scout outings when you're out a pond and they're like, we'll go fishing. You're like, I don't think anything's here. Gonna give it some time.
See, I don't even know if I'm using bait.
No, you're not, because you don't have bait till you're level 2, and you're still level 1. You need 300 XP. Now, you might want to cast... Yeah, so cast towards the middle. Like,
The middle.
like that way, right there, like the middle of the pond, because you don't want to go towards too close to the
Okay.
shore because of the depth. Then...
Oh. That's a bad cast. I think I got the hook caught in my hand. Anyway.
There you go. And then when you cast, just go... Or did you already cast? Like, it's way too weak. You want it to, like, where it's straight up. You see where it says 80%? Release it when it's right there.
Yeah,
in the
I
middle.
actually don't understand why I'm having trouble with casting right now. There we go. Right in the middle.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so if you sell fish, you get money. If you release it, you get XP.
Yeah, we figured that out.
And so now you're just supposed to watch the bob, and then I guess when it goes down like that, press X. See what that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Granted,
'cause
we're on a
usually-
delay, so
Usually you have to, when you're really fishing and it goes down, you yank it back.
yeah, because that means it's probably playing with it, and then you yank it so it like hooks it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I got one!
Yeah,
I got one!
you did
Yeah.
it.
There you go.
There you go.
Because remember, the hook
All
doesn't
right.
naturally stick itself in the mouth of the thing. It's when you yank it and it's like plunk. It's
Look at
much
that.
better.
It
But
worked
hey,
out.
you
You're
want to
right,
release
right.
it. You want to release that because we need 300 XP.
Fine.
11 coins.
But
11
now you
coins
know how to
is better.
do it, so.
Yeah, yeah. You can sit out here.
Okay. Alright,
you're
this
gonna-
isn't so bad. I guess, as long as I watch that little thing and just pull when it... Or, yeah.
Yes.
We never get to. This is it, Shih Tzu. This is as exciting as
Or
it
is
gets.
learning how to bait your reel.
When we get to go to other
This
countries...
is how to bait your rod.
Okay, so.
You are the master at baiting,
I thought of that as well.
but I said it. Unfortunately, because of the delay, we're not gonna. We all yell at him like X down. It's like, no, we already missed that moment.
Fish!
See, Brandy's got to be yelling it for us.
Okay.
Okay.
This one's only worth 8. Wait, she's yelling that I'm the master of the
That is
baby.
No,
Tiny
that
little
when
fish.
it says fish.
Yeah, I'm only getting
I'd
this
be
weed.
embarrassed.
Is it because of the rain? I mean, I keep throwing them back. I won't accept
Oh,
a
probably
fish
has,
like
it
that.
probably has to do with like you're early leveled and you can't really catch good stuff. And you just slowly grind up XP for catching or something would be my guess.
I guess so.
I want to cut grass.
Was it Shih Tzu? I don't
Get
know.
on the move.
That's what real lightning does, though. It just inverts colors.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't mind the looks at all. I think it looks quite good.
Ooh, I earned 10 channel points. What can I redeem those for?
Yes, let's do it. Give me that fish. New personal record of Bleak. Look, this one is... Wait, oh, because I hadn't had a Bleak before? Is a Bleak even a kind of fish?
No, Bleak's a kind of
Probably.
fish. You had one before, but now you got a bigger than the last one. So this is now your PR.
Oh, you get
gotcha.
experience for releasing and money for selling, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, which is an interesting dynamic. It's good to see you all. Let's talk about some topics. Tyler, what have you been playing this week?
Let me see. Nothing even remotely.
Right on, Jordan.
Remotely.
As exciting as fishing.
Right. No, well, like a tiny little 50-cent indie game that was like a little platformer. That was kind of cute.
For the
Oh,
trophies?
I played Bug Snacks. That's right. I played Bug Snacks.
Bug Snacks.
And I also played Untitled Goose Game.
Ah, I love that game. It was obnoxious.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's
I
definitely
think
more
I'm
fun
the
to play
only one
than
on the
watch.
planet that doesn't love that game.
Didn't you stream that like a
Yeah,
year ago?
I mean, you hopped on with us when I streamed it impromptu.
Oh, is that
Fish,
one?
give
Because
that
I kept
fish.
having to like give you. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
go there.
We said cut off the middleman, just put him right on mic.
There we go.
Alright, release. You still get some experience if you sell it, you just don't get as much.
Yeah.
Level 2! That should be an achievement.
Now you can get some bait.
Hey Zeno Johnny, good to see you. Cut you off at the knees. Is Lightspeed Halo here? Is that so? Now that I'm level 2, does that mean I can go get that bait thing? Is that what you're talking about?
You can, but you might not have enough money. Well, no,
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. So should we? I guess let's buy some and just see what happens.
Yeah, 200 coin.
Added to the inventory
There
cluster.
you go.
All right, it's not showing on my little D-pad thing, so
You might have to like set it.
yeah, let's go to equipment.
Oh, see, it was bread. If you look at the bottom, see where it says bread?
That's what that was?
Yeah, it was bait. It was bread. You could have been putting bread on your line. Hey, at least you're fishing. Well, who knows? Actually, maybe you were automatically
Finny.
casting bread. And
You
then,
think, maybe?
yeah, and now that you're gonna get off, we'll see. Like, just cast, and then see if it just deducts it to 24, 23. In that case, then when you run out, you just are casting bread.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
And you have an infinite amount of bread.
Let's find out. Vinny's here. Good to see you, Vinny. What have you been up to? So, Tyler, what inspired you to play Untitled Goose Game at this late juncture?
Sale at Walmart where it was like $3.20.
Oh, a physical copy on clearance?
Yeah, they were clearancing them out.
So, do I want to sell fish at all? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
you might as well now. You got the level. As long as you get some experience, unless it's like, you really want to get that unlimited license.
Yeah, you would think so. So,
Yep.
well, how much more do you have to go on it, T-Dog?
Oh, I'm done with it. I think I flattened it in like 5 hours.
Way to go. Yeah, I've never gone back after the achievements that I'm missing, but
It's not too bad. I had to use a guide for a couple small things because it's kind of adventure gamey where you just have to like find a thing. Like I think I had to use one for how to break a vase of Oz. A vase. I don't know how
Yeah.
to say it.
vase.
Yeah.
Depends how
like,
classy you are.
it's like
How stuck up you are.
scaring it out of someone's hand and having it fall on cement was not the way to do it. So there's like a specific way to break a vase, even though in real life that would absolutely break a vase.
Yeah.
So
You have to have the
it
person
kind of
throw
had
it.
like, yeah. So you kind of have like, it has like a little adventure game stuff to it that can sometimes be annoying, but for the most part it was fun, and I got through most of it by myself without having to play with a guide the whole time.
Yeah, the
glad
speed
you
run
enjoyed
you
it.
have to.
Ooh.
Yeah, the speed runs are a lot more like you just have to
Brian!
have good strategies, like of
Yes.
which way to do things first. I had the bar, the final level, the tavern speed run took me, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes, several tries.
Look at that.
Even
Sell
with
that
people.
jerk.
What'd you
Dude, look
get?
at how much you're catching now.
It is using my bread up. It's depleting, so I get. I'm sorry, my whatever these are, coffee beans. Is that what they are?
Oh yeah, fish love coffee beans.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I worked on
They ever
the green
liked
screen
it.
effect. We moved one of the lights to a much better spot. It's sitting on top of my little Street Fighter 2 Replicate arcade cabinet, and which is in the box. Anyway, yeah, it's looking better, and I still am going to actually buy a new lighting set. I guess I should tell everybody about that before we ask Damien what he's been playing. Yeah, so everybody, I finally met with my school's AV teacher, you know, the audio video guy who is responsible for helping students to make the weekly video announcements that we have at my school. And he records the, you know, the sports ball games and things like that. So I met with this guy. He's about my age or a little bit older. And really nice fellow. And he taught me about 3-point lighting, which is where you have, you know, like a light here, a light kind of behind it, and then a diffusing light off to the side. And anyway, he even recommended a specific kit. You know, he showed me what it was like and stuff. This can be like $400 or $500. So I want to get it sometime, and once we do, we should be able to accomplish a really professional effect. But even now, just moving my lights that I've got a little bit and adjusting the green screen settings has accomplished better picture quality. So I'm happy about that. Is Icky being a perv?
He thought you were talking about a different type of AV.
Yeah, our school adult video teacher. That's right.
Yeah, no, they have enough of that on their own. They don't need a teacher for that.
Yeah, and we live in a Republican-dominated state, so let's see.
Yeah,
They do not
fear
even
every
teach the
time when I have
kids
to
that
teach
they
reproduction, okay?
should use protection.
Gonna put
They
that out there.
truly do not teach them in school.
Hey,
Anyway.
I do my part, but I'm going to get in trouble for it one day.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why you don't say it on camera, but anyway.
No, that's the only way.
Hey, wait, is the contest right now for a Steam game or for an Xbox game?
We've got, are they both running at the same time? I'm not sure.
No, it said to enter for the Steam game, type exclamation Xbox, and then kept doing that. So I don't know, Icky. Oh, Xbox. Okay. So
We're
this
giving
was
this
like-
game away on Xbox. Sorry. It's just, to make my money back that I spent on my bait and stuff is going to take an absurdly long time. I mean, I got nothing better to do, but I don't know if it makes for the
Welcome
most
to
exciting.
fishing.
I guess so. Human Brian
Right,
said it
you're
too. So, Damien, have you played any video games this week?
I technically have. I was,
Technically.
So, right, with the Xbox rewards, I make sure I try to get an achievement every day so I get my 50 reward points doing that.
That's hard.
What, playing a game every day or just getting one achievement and being
Actually
like, I'm
getting
done?
an achievement, yeah.
Oh no, if I've over like 9 games, so it's like, it's semi-easy, it's just taking the 10 minutes to be like, oh, fine.
Yeah.
So
It's not hard. You just find like games that have easy achievements, and like one easy achievement game can get you through like 40 days if you just do one of them.
exactly, like
I guess-
any like win a Rattle like a game, you're like, there's 2
Right.
weeks.
So it's like so it's, I mean, it's cool that people that want to work on it, but it's, you know, it's a pretty easy way to cheese. You can have like really long, you know, achievement streaks. That are
Well, I
very
broke
useless.
I see.
my longest achievement streak was like 5 years or something like that,
Whoa.
and then I finally broke it because I was getting like,
Fish.
oh my gosh, I'm going camping
Got
for
it.
3 days, and
I got
you're
it.
like worrying while you camp, like, oh, how am I going to do this online on my
Right.
phone? And so I just had to break it so I wasn't in the
Oh, look at that.
top
Ow.
10. Nice. Look at that XP.
Nice.
Yeah, but I had to sell it because it was worth money.
Fine. Oh yeah. Okay, I mean, at the end of the day, you'll end up getting the XP just by efficient suck. So anyway, long story shorter, and also with the $10 redeeming, I bought the DLC for Steep, and so I was working through that all week. So doing the Road to Japan, so snowboarding game, and then on my phone I've been playing. I somehow got back into Disney Magic Kingdoms because my daughter started playing it, and so I pulled up my account from 5 years ago, which I guess, hey, thanks to GameLoft and Facebook, it saved it. So she's all like, how do you have all this stuff unlocked? Like, I wasted a lot of time 5 years ago on this game. It's just like, stupid mobile game where you click your things, have them all assigned to do tasks, and then ignore the game for 3 hours.
Yeah. A mobile, what do they call those? Time management games or city building? I forget. One of those two.
Yeah.
My daughter took over my it's Best Fiends account. I played it for a long time, and then now I just have it on there because she likes to play with my old characters.
Huh.
Yeah. Hey, little fishing fact, but technically a noose is actually a fishing knot, or the uni knot. So that is a fishing line knot, which is what you're supposed to tie your fish line to and slide through.
Very interesting. Not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
I just want. You said not. Thank you, Vix Latino.
We should make this a dad stream jokes. Just dad joke streams, like, yes. Dad
jokes. If you like rowing a boat, this game does have pretty good rowboat simulation, so a lot of games don't.
Alright, rowboat adventure.
I want I want a rowing machine, so I can't say anything.
That's true.
What did speaking of which, today I learned that if you flip a canoe over, you can wear it as a hat because it's capsized.
I wouldn't have known that.
I texted that earlier today, and I'm like, when am I ever going to use this?
Today.
There you go.
That's
How
awesome.
timely. She really helped you out. And to answer Human Brian's question, Brian, the boat doesn't fill up with water because there's a hole in the bottom. So there you go. Anyway.
There's a hole in my boat, dear Liza, dear Liza.
There you go.
I don't think a boat would fill up with water.
The physics.
It potentially could.
It, like, after hours and hours and hours and hours.
Talk to the Titanic.
It's like
that was because of rain.
You don't.
This is true, but still.
You could be in an elevator for like hours and hours and not run out of oxygen. It's the same concept.
Yeah. No, I mean,
think so?
You think about it. Well, yeah, no, it's like any rain. Like, even if it rains outside and you have a rain gauge, think about it. How long does it have to rain before you get like an inch of water or 2 inches of water in a rain gauge? And all a boat is just like an open, thing. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit cup shaped, but it's not even that much. So,
Jordan, this is fun. Sorry. Jordan was talking smack. I didn't like it.
What was he saying?
That he prefers easy 1K garbage games, so he's saying this one's not easy enough on the achievements. And Darker Player asked us what we think about the announcement of the GTA trilogy or whatever it's called. What is it called?
Grand Theft Auto trilogy.
There you go.
They should
Are
have
remastering it?
Maybe they should have. I'd like to get it, but the thing is, I've never even beaten Part 5. Like, the last one I beat was Part 4, and Part 5's been around for ages.
I think Part 4 is the only one I ever beat.
4 is horrible.
It's just because Nico was just like such a horrible character.
That's the thing. At the start of the game, I really cared about his situation and stuff, but the game kind of ditches all the realistic elements of it eventually, and then it's hard to care anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same issue with 5 and mostly all of them. I mean, the older ones I had more fun with. 5 is alright. The 4 is the only one I haven't beat. Vice City's by far my favorite just because of the setting and the music and stuff like that.
I like Vice City too. That's what I played the most
kind of appreciate the less gigantic maps that are in 3 and Vice City. Like, there's just so much going on once you get to San Andreas, and then 4, and then 5. Like, I guess if you want to buy one game and that's all you want to do for the next 3 months, you can do that. But like, I like that the maps are a little bit smaller and you can actually get to places in a reasonable amount of time.
Well, 4 had fast traveling via taxi. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think they all have fast travel, but still, you don't always unlock it right away.
True.
I guess there's the conversation with Jordan in the thread on the going for like playing garbage games for like 1 million gamer score. That's why I stopped at 600,000 gamer score.
Level up.
There you go. See?
Yeah. Thing is, I wish I knew for sure that buying that unlimited license would actually unlock the next place, because the game forgot to tell us.
I think it's less of that. I think like if a day passes or whatever, unless you're sleeping in the boat, you probably have to go and buy a license again. So.
Oh yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
And also, it said something about paying to unlock new areas.
I mean, it's safe to sleep in the boat because the boat doesn't fill up with water. Like Tyler said, it would literally never fill up with water.
Right, it would not.
Oh, no, eventually would.
I mean, if you had a rainstorm for like 24 straight hours, but what if
you were Noah?
Right.
The rains came.
Jesus Ninja asks what the achievement list looks like. Can somebody give it a gander?
Yeah, I'll pull it up on TA.
Thank you.
What's the game called?
Fishing Adventure.
I was thinking of.
That's true. Icky was totally thinking about that. He's a secret perv dog.
He's not secret anymore.
Am I still on camera? Yeah, I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't pick your nose.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Why should that stop me?
Grindy.
If I stand up, I should put pants back on.
991,000 gamer score. That seems high.
Who has that much?
Jordan.
Jeez, Jordan. You really have been going after the easy achievement games.
Pull up your ratio. Your ratio's at 1.1.
I know. It's like
1.091.
80, 90% Ratalaika games on the list.
Yeah, so let's see. You got
Go
TA
VDH.
on this 3,124 on 1,000 gamer score, so a 3.1 ratio. Because complete all 35 quests in the game is your rarest achievement. Yeah,
I don't even know what a quest is. A long time. How do I see quests?
Game.
What about them?
The old Nintendo 64 game, Quest.
Oh, Quest 64, yeah. You gotta beat that and then come back.
So we got first score, collector, get a license and enter Germany, get a license and enter a France location, go to Norway, get a license in the US, unlock a every location in the game. Okay.
Every location? Brandy, can you search for how to unlock new locations though?
Yes.
I think that was at the beginning.
Problem.
Remember they had the map and you said, oh hey, we're here in Warsaw first.
Yeah, but it didn't say, like,
you can choose
what do we do to leave Warsaw, for instance? Say I want to leave.
Well, Global Gaming has achievement guide. Let's take a look.
Keep in mind, we are in Poland in this game, right? And I'm on a boat near a body of water. I could run into a drowner. And then what would I do? I can't fight off a drowner with just a fishing pole. That's a little Witcher reference for everybody. Geralt, he fights drowners. New personal record, drowner. They're like, they're humanoid aquatic creatures, sort of mermen.
Oh, okay.
And they grab people and pull them under the water. And then
was there one right at the beginning of the TV show?
Probably, but I don't remember. It's been a little while since I watched it. Did you actually watch it, Tyler?
No, I need to. I've heard it's good, besides the cost of time jumping, but I just saw an episode at a friend's house.
Yeah, so you might... I think some people will pull up a web article and use it to help them understand what's going on, which is ridiculous that you would have to do that.
No show should be that bad. Like I like it's annoying when shows like say obvious things like London 1864, but you can obviously tell that you've jumped back 100 years or something. Like sometimes it's kind of silly, but the other way isn't good either, where like it's so obscure you have no idea at what point in time you are. That's weird.
Yep, and I mean, it doesn't just jump back and forth in one character's life. Like,
It's
it jumps back and yeah, several characters like Yennefer and somebody else too, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's that. I think that kind of has kept me, because you really, really have to pay attention to like every instance of the show when you're watching a show like that.
But the scenes, I mean, some of the stories are so fun, Tyler. You know, like it's worth it.
I need to. I've heard it's very good.
And season 2 is going to be adapting one of the very best Witcher stories, which I'm really looking forward to. It's the story that I taught in class last year. It's like basically a dark retelling of Beauty and the Beast. And it's so good. I mean, I love that story, so I can't wait to see it in live action.
You love Beauty and the Beast?
I mean, I like Beauty and the Beast quite well, but the version of Beauty and the Beast from the Witcher short stories is excellent. And now there's going to be a live action version. And also they're doing a comic book version too, finally. The comic books have all been original stories, like they haven't adapted any of the short stories. But they're finally going to start doing that either this year or early next year. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Because I like a good comic adaptation.
I was going to say, Jordan, I just pulled up your gamer score on TA. Wow, that's impressive. Like a 1.2 ratio. That's amazing.
Wow.
Like, wow.
You should be hanging out with Simius instead of Cloven Casey.
Yeah, it's like, you're like at 999,000 and just 1.2 million TA. I'm like, dang, that's awesome. You can tell us, like, what are the worst roguelike games out there, because you've probably played every single one. Or no, what's that guy, Exilion? That's even worse.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, those games are like a 3,000 gamer score in, like, 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that Zetlon game that we played, like the Night in the Dark or whatever it was called.
It said there's 5 quests in every area, but it didn't say how to get to another.
Yeah, how the heck do we view the quest? We have no way of knowing yet.
Wait, how did you get to the menu with all the other stuff? It might have been there.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Okay, wait. Oh, okay, sure. Shop equipment profile is what I see. And by the way, VDH says he has a really good ratio on true achievements, which is awesome. And Jesus Ninja asks if I'm excited about Back for Blood. But yeah, the solo mode of Back for Blood, you can't earn any progress in it, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, no achievements, no unlocks. So it's super gimped. Yeah, I saw that article on Kotaku, Jesus Ninja, or wherever you might have seen it.
Can you click into your license location license, where it says Poland?
I cannot. Yeah, that is a really boneheaded decision on their part. It already requires a constant internet connection, which is super consumer unfriendly. And that's got to be Warner Brothers' requirement, because they're the publisher. But yeah, no, I can't. I can scroll up and down my fish list, but
yeah.
Is there a way to get to a map?
What about start, help, sound, gameplay? It says music on or off. There's no music. It's just nature sounds.
Yeah. So you got to complete the quest or get a light. Well, I don't understand because this is the one thing I hate. I'm gonna say on TA, when everybody's moved to video walkthroughs. Occasionally, it's nice to have text.
Yes. No, I fully agree. I don't like video walkthroughs. Like, I'll use them when I have to, but I would always pick an article instead if given the choice. So let's turn the boat around and go back to land. Maybe there's a way to get out from there. Hey, Vitosi, we're glad you made it. Look at that. Vitosi's here.
That lightning is funny. The outlines of the trees of the lightning.
Does it really look wrong?
It looks just like black and white or something. It's funny.
Okay, I see. I was rowing the boat wrong. You hold up and you go forward.
He was just spinning in circles.
Can you just get out, like press B, and just get on the water?
Jump out and swim, yeah. Walk underwater.
Yeah. Where you get out of the boat, you realize it's like 4 inches high. It's like those news articles. Where
no. B warps you back. Okay, so you don't have to go back manually. That's good. Can I go up to this tall wooden building? No, I cannot. Maybe there's something, just a sign with a tutorial or something. There's flowers. Can I pick the flowers? No.
They said there's no tutorial.
How in the world would they make it with no tutorial? Their other games have janky tutorials. At least give me that, you know?
I said nope.
What if you go to that house?
Yeah, I'll try. By the way, I am excited about Back 4 Blood, even though I don't really have time to play an involved game like that right now, and also, Granny doesn't really like zombie stuff so much, but...
Go
You can play it.
Go try throwing into that little pond that's right next to the house where you were before. Like,
oh, okay, sure.
yeah, see if you can go through because it looked like it said you could cast.
You're right, wow, okay. If I catch anything in it, that'll be interesting. There's a lot of debris.
That's okay. That feeds the
You
wildlife.
could probably find some smallmouth bass or something in there.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Brandy's actually been doing a bit of work with aquatic science today, haven't you, darling?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you tell us what's going on with that?
Well, the sad part of it is our department head who taught aquatic science, she died of COVID. And so basically they've had a lot of people trying to kind of get her class because it's in the middle of the year, and they have a sub that's doing her classes, but she's like an English major, so they asked me if I would write the lesson plans and stuff, so I'm going to get a little extra money for doing that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, she did 5 hours of work today at a rate of $35 an hour is not too shabby for a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and VDH...
I did some aquatic science, too.
How's that?
I fixed my toilet bowl. My toilet
Nice.
was running. It was running, and so I had to replace the fill valve, and I did it.
That's aquatics.
My wife did that 3 weeks ago, and now I have to hold down the plunger longer, or the flusher longer
Yeah.
for it to work properly. And like she realized that's not right, but now it's like my fault. Like, don't you know how to flush the toilet? I'm like, whoa.
Oh, wait.
Now I have to do it longer.
Dang it, wifey. Well, actually, you guys reminded me.
Hilarious.
There's an online web cartoon that I love called Poorly Drawn Lines. Like, it's a fantastic little comic. I share it in our Discord miscellaneous channel every now and then. It's just starring a bunch of animals, and the dialogue has a really interesting style to it that's different from any other comic I've seen. But anyway, it actually got adapted into a TV show on FX, so you can watch the new show on Hulu. How long were the episodes? Do you remember? Were they short? I think they were like 15-minute episodes. Or
yeah,
was it?
it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, and I mean the show, it's quite funny. It adds more of a plot and structure than the real little one-page type comics have. But it was quite funny. Only bad thing is the animation quality is very low. Like, the art looks like the real comic, but everything's barely, like, the movement is very stuttery, and I'm just really surprised they cheaped out on it like that. But anyway, this show is called Poorly Drawn Lines. It's on Hulu. I do recommend checking it out, because it's funny. Oh, look at Tyler bragging about his ratio again.
What fun is she talking about it?
Hey, everybody has to talk about the ratio. I'm
Totally
just saying.
warranted.
All the cool kids are doing it.
The only people that don't are people that are on Steam because it's so garbage, and they're on Switch, and you're like, we don't have those.
Yeah, poor Switch.
It reminds me of like that when they always put that guy from I can't remember the show. We're the Millers, and it's like in the memes where he's like, "You guys are getting paid." Like the Switch gamers are like, "You guys have a gamer squad?" Like,
I caught a roach. Look at that! I caught a fish called a roach. Ooh. We mentioned The Witcher earlier. Well, The Witcher's horse is named Roach, right? And you would think it's named after the insect roach, but it's actually named after the fish roach. So it's pretty cool to actually see the fish called Roach. Yes, really.
If it's Dad, you're a Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So he's been playing a game,
Asphalt 9,
and they've licensed some really good music. And so I'm hearing that song, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, compared to Hot Wheels, which has a terrible soundtrack, Asphalt 9 has a really good licensed soundtrack.
So I'm sitting here jamming to all his tunes. It's awesome. There's a really cool one that's kind of ethereal girl voice. And
yeah, it sounds kind of like Lorde, but it's not her.
But it's really good.
Anyway.
I've been listening to a lot of Steel Panther.
Aren't they like that's a comedic 80s group or something, like an 80s parody group? Is that what they are?
Yeah, what was the one? They made a song which I've now considered my work anthem. What one was it?
Interesting.
I want to properly credit it, and it's not the Death to All But Metal. That song's great. Did you know Sarah Silverman was in that video?
Wow,
The Burden
no.
of Being Wonderful. That song that's my anthem.
That's a good title.
I said that to my boss. She's like, "You're an ass." I'm like, "Yes."
Oh.
Hey, you're a smart one. See?
Yeah.
Did you say I'm the smug one?
Smart.
They have a movie, right? Crucian Carp. I just caught a Crucian Carp for the first time. But there's a movie of Steel Panther, right? Like, I bought the Blu-ray, and I don't know if I ever watched it or if we just sold it when we were selling off some Blu-rays. But knowing that you like them, it makes me wish I still had it. Yeah, it's like a concert Blu-ray or just like a fake concert. I don't know.
Okay.
I thought it was kind of like that Spinal Tap movie or something. Why can I not... Oh, I wasn't close enough to the edge.
Oh, the Steel Panther, the British invasion. Cool. Gives me something to... Well, I mean, they've been around for a while, and I know they've done... I just didn't realize they had a full-on Blu-ray. Though now thinking about it, you're like, not surprising, but...
I wonder if I still have it.
Gotta run in a couple minutes. Did you want to?
Oh, we're gonna miss you. Yeah, we should talk about What If. Yeah, definitely. The final episode of the first season of What If aired this week, right?
It did.
Tyler, why don't you give us a spoiler-free description of it?
Well, it's part 2 of the last episode that ran the last time, and there is a super powerful bad guy that is traveling through multiple universes, kind of like just killing everything, because that's for some reason in his program. That's how you bring peace, is by killing everyone.
Yeah, he's like Skynet.
Yeah, something like that.
The world would be better without humans.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a spoiler. Isn't his name in the title, or at least everyone knows that's the premise of those 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ultron.
so Ultron, indeed. And he mostly kind of keeps his helmet down because he's got Vision's face underneath, which is a little weird to me. You know, I'd rather he looked just like traditional Ultron, but they wanted to keep it connected to the movie versions.
Right.
So, was there anything you particularly liked about this episode?
It was all right. It was fine. I didn't dislike it for any reason, but I didn't love it either. I thought Captain Carter was pretty cool. She's got a cool character.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it's good to see her back. But I actually love this episode.
Did you?
Yeah, like,
That
it's
is
just
good.
a blast. Like, really good movie quality fights, I would say. You know, like, the fight actually reminded me of when they were fighting Thanos in Infinity War. You know, like when everybody's jumping on him and trying to keep him busy.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I don't know. I don't love this multiverse stuff, and I just better get on board with it because that's where we're going. But,
yeah, not all the time, but at least for certain Marvel stories, definitely.
Yeah.
The only complaint I had was sometimes the fights were so fast. It's like the same thing I had with the first Transformers movie. The fights were moving so fast you couldn't see what was happening.
Well, and
Even the animation was doing that, and that's the only time I've seen animation do that.
it was martial arts. But she's talking about the scene. There's like a cool retelling of part of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And being that that's my favorite Marvel movie, I was quite entertained by seeing a different version of that, you know, and seeing a little more Batroc. I like Batroc. Yeah, so that was delightful. But yeah, Brandy didn't like the editing on the fights, and that's fine. I didn't have a problem with it myself.
It was fine. The cartoon, I don't love the animation style at all from the show. And I mean, I think it lended itself fine to the fights, but it's just not my favorite overall.
Well, Damien... sorry.
It was weird that they brought in, like, Gamora, which I don't think is too much.
Yeah, they didn't set her up, did they? This version of Gamora is just there.
So
Yeah.
There's like an episode that they just didn't have time to get around to fully animating or voice acting or something. I don't know.
Something.
So I mean, just something to look forward to in season 2, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of random how they were.
You're right about that.
From that episode, which we haven't actually seen yet.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Because I was going to ask, like, obviously, I've only watched the episodes when I've been on stream here talking about them.
Right.
So it's like, okay, what's the first episode? It's obviously if Steve didn't get the serum, it was what's her
Cap-
name?
Yeah, Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, like, okay, tying back, like, in this one,
Yes.
okay, that's where that episode... So, like, I was going to say, I don't know something about Gamora. Was she in one of the episodes I missed?
She actually was not. You could call it a mistake, or
that everyone missed.
I think it's likely. Yeah, it's likely that perhaps they had planned to have one more episode for the season,
Yeah,
and
there's
they.
a bunch of articles about
So-
it.
Oh, there are. Okay, good.
What was the one that Ant-Man's face, or no, Star-Lord's face, but it wasn't what was that what if I missed? Because obviously that plays in.
You mean what
That
if
was-
T'Challa was Star-Lord?
Yeah.
Who's T'Challa?
The Black
The
Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh.
That episode,
See, this
which
is what
is
happens when I don't even see all the movies.
dang, it's the second episode of the season. It's just a delightful, comedic, fun
I think
heist
it's my
episode.
favorite episode. I think
Wow,
it's the one
nice.
that got me hooked to it. It's fun, it's funny, it's entertaining. It's it has some kind of like funny shock value moments if you don't really familiar with the story or anything. Like, oh wow, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and I was surprised by what they did with Thanos in that one. I still think
Yeah.
that was quite cool.
Funny. Yep.
So was
So-
there a Thor episode 2 then?
Yeah, Party Thor episode was episode 7, and I really like Party Thor. Oh, look, you could change the time of day when you go to the place, but we're still seeing no way to view the quests, which are
What
essential to
is-
progress in the game, so I'm heavily confused.
I'm wondering if it has something to do with the fish on the bottom.
I mean,
They're catching one of each type.
let me back out a little further and see. Oh, here's quests. Okay, they're seriously
I knew
just
I saw
listed
the
way
word
out
somewhere.
here.
Wow, that's a long way away.
Oh, you have to manually pick them. Are you serious?
Oh, they're
you
like
serious?
They're like little missions, so now you have to go catch 5 fish.
Why even have the rest of the game if this is how it
Right.
works? I don't
Because
get
maybe
it.
you just wanted
Yeah,
to
because you
fish
could have
for
been like
fun.
working on this the whole time.
Yes. I mean, I earned a little money and I learned how to play,
Right.
but
That's a silly game structure.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, have,
Oh my gosh.
have the quests built into the progress that you make in the main thing. That's kind of status quo for video games.
A tech guy, he has caught so
Agreed.
many fish.
Yes, I've caught like
And
over
it's
30
not-
now.
It's not terribly difficult to catch fish in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. At first I was kind of confused, but the fact that you just wait a little bit, you'll catch fish for sure, it makes it... I mean, there's a dopamine thing going, or like just an
Right.
entertainment circle.
Right, exactly. Yep. A kind of a quick fix kind of thing.
Yeah.
You haven't even noticed you don't have beer.
Right, you don't have like a
Well-
light by your side.
I'm a teacher, so even if I did, I sure wouldn't mention it on stream.
Well, in
But-
the game, your character doesn't have one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Your character should be like slugging one back every 2 seconds.
Well, he's drinking the rainwater, so that would just fill him right up. And
It's kind of like that Ultron thing, where like he wants it to just be peaceful.
yeah, you're right.
So
In
he
his
feels
version of peace.
Alright,
My
I gotta
version
get
of peace,
running.
none of you are here.
Yep.
But that.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh, okay. We'll miss you, Tyler.
See you guys.
See you, Tyler.
Have fun. Be safe. Wrap it up. He always forgets to wrap it up. Yes. Do I want to proceed to the next quest?
Lies and slander.
Yes.
No. It's true. The Tyler 1701, that number 1701 is how many babies he has. So weird. It said, do I want to proceed to the next quest? Oh, I have to catch 5 that are over a certain weight now. Poor Tyler. He missed the joke that I thought was clever at his expense. Brandy was unmoved.
Yes. I was okay.
What's wrong with having that many kids? Against kids now?
And 1 or 2 are plenty.
John and 8 plus 18? No, what's the one, the TLC one? With the baby making family?
The
Have the Chomo.
Brugers or something? What was it?
Yeah, the Duggars, the Duggars.
Duggars, yeah. Those people are awful.
Not as bad as that one son of theirs.
You're right, Jonah. Well, I believe thanks to a lawsuit, he legally can't anymore. He had to be forcibly sterilized.
Yeah.
Poor Tyler. F1. What's this F1 you're talking about, Jesus Ninja? You mean like the latest F1 racing simulation game? But to finish what we were saying about the What If show, you guys in the audience, how many of you guys have been watching What If? We can't be the only ones over here. I mean, even Damien watches What If sometimes, and he is barely a Marvel fan.
Whoa. I got like 6 boxes of like comics in my thing. I'm not an Avengers fan.
Who hasn't seen all the movies? Who is that again?
Okay, I'm not a modern day Marvel guy. I'm a 90s Marvel guy. It was Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane. You know, the guys that started Image.
McFarlane had some nice art. He's a weirdo. But I really do like his art for Spider-Man, the way he would draw Spider-Man and the covers and such. So good. But anyway,
number 11.
To finish what we were saying about the show, though, guys, it's got all these episodes that were basically unrelated. Say the first 6 episodes or so, unrelated. And then you get a little farther in, and they finally tie it together, and it's very satisfying. And it wasn't promised to us, like nobody knew they were going to tie it together. So that was pretty rewarding. And yet, you could watch the whole season now knowing that it does eventually tie up, which I don't think it's fair to call that a spoiler, because otherwise you just can't talk about the show much. But I mean, knowing that it builds up to something, that makes me want to do a rewatch, just to take it in as like sort of a long anthology style movie is how you could consider it.
I think the thing is, when you do that too, you catch more of the things that you missed the first time watching, because you now know, oh, this is going to play into that, and...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I like rewatching things because of that.
Oh, Shitsu, that's too bad. Shitsu, you have a subscription, but you're not watching What If, or you're saying you're waiting to resubscribe until Boba Fett comes along? The Bob. Yeah, no, I don't think there'll be a reset.
Anything until...
What'd you say? Sorry.
Yeah, I think he's saying he is not using it. Like, he still has the sub, because I think now you can even get like that, Hulu, and something else for like $6 a month.
Yeah, I completed it.
Which is ridiculously cheap.
Really? That cheap?
Sounds
but
like
it would be Hulu with it would be Hulu with ads. I would need it to be no ads.
Yeah, I have to live with Hulu with ads. Well, we're also not we're using somebody else's account, so that's what I got to do. So
thing is, we don't watch Hulu that often. I mean, it has a ton of terrific things on it, but we jump between Blu-rays and Netflix. There's a couple of series on YouTube that we watch that are real TV series. So it's like, I wonder if I'm getting my money's worth. Catch 4 roaches now, and they're actually rare, so this one may be hard to succeed with. We'll see.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, because we use, well, now I know for Hulu it's the Trolls. It's what Brielle's really into, is Trolls right now. So Hulu's Trolls, but for me, Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Letterkenny is on Hulu, so I'm like that. Netflix is Letterkenny. Oh, have you seen that?
No, what is it?
Oh, it's Canadian comedy show. It's brilliant.
Huh.
We gotta see that.
Shitsu says that he's gonna watch What If, he just hasn't made the time yet. Yeah. Shitsu, it's only 9 episodes and they're all 30 minutes each, so yeah, set aside a little time.
The Mandalorian is
watch a couple in a row. Yeah, you're right. Mandalorian is more of a commitment. Yeah. And the fact that these episodes are anthology style, you don't really have to watch them even back to back, so you can just squeeze one in and not feel compelled to watch the next one right away.
I would not like a Spaceballs 2 at this point.
Yeah, it's a little late in life. If they had made one, say, within the first 5 years or so afterwards, it would have been a good idea.
Maybe on the 20-year reunion or something.
Yeah, it's a well-loved movie. I don't know why Mel Brooks never made a sequel.
I don't know. I thought that was almost getting towards the tail end of Mel Brooks' peak, because I always consider his peak like Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. And then he started getting into High Anxiety, the Spaceballs, and then it just was like Dracula Dead and Loving It and everything else, and you're just like, ugh, stop this. And I think Spaceballs 2 would have just been, man, you had something kind of good with original Spaceballs, and now it's like
Done.
Scary Movie 4. Like, really? We get it, guys.
Well, I would say he's more talented than the people who worked on the Scary Movie films, but
The first one was hysterical.
I don't really like any of them all that much, but I like little bits and pieces out of 3 and 4, but as a whole movie, I would say I don't really like any
We're
of
talking
them.
about Scary Movie?
Yeah.
I love the first one. Matthew Lillard made that damn movie. I'm sorry. He was hilarious.
It's got things I like, but there's a lot of low-class jokes that just don't work, like just throwing crap out there, and that kind of thing really turns me off.
But that's like half of Mel Brooks' movies anyway.
You think so?
Yes.
No, I don't remember him being much of a, poop and weed joke kind of guy, was he?
Have you seen Blazing Saddles?
It's been I can no longer tell my Blazing Saddles viewing story on the stream since I'm a teacher, but little story there.
Just you got to remember.
I don't think I've heard this
scene.
story. I just have to remember.
Go offline, ask later. Yeah, but the campfire scene,
Yeah,
Blazing
exactly.
Saddles, and everything. Yeah, it was all toilet and bits of, which is fine. It's great. There's moments for it. I just think, even I watched one of the Scary Movie 4 recently. I think because it was on Netflix that I just started it, and it was just like, there's one thing to do a parody. It's another thing when it's like the 4th of the parody, the 5th of parody. It's like you kind of are just running the same shtick over and over and over.
And 3 and 4, they try to parody like 3 or 4 different things, and it doesn't necessarily work. It's very messy.
Well, and I think too, it's like the whole thing was doing a genre. They're mocking scary type movies. You're like, okay, we haven't done this before. We could hit Friday the 13th. You could hit the big ones. Okay, now you're doing it your 4th time through. Did we do Friday the 13th a few times? How about Friday the 13th part 7? Let's spoof that scene, and people are almost like at that point like, reach it.
Yeah, you kind of run low on viable material. But I think it's part 3 that has a parody of The Ring, and I quite enjoy it. Like seeing Sadako from The Ring comes out and she gets beat up, and it's just like, that's kind of funny to me. I always wanted to see Sadako get what was coming to her, so I liked that. Although then she still kills the lady somehow, which is dumb, but whatever. But hey, did you get to watch Squid Game, that show that everybody's going crazy over?
I watched the preview, and then my son wanted me to come down here and watch Oster, the comment, or the insult. So I will be watching it this week, but even the preview, I'm like, oh, I can so get behind this movie or show.
Show, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about you guys in the audience? How many of you guys have watched Squid Game? Let us know. We don't let the cat be noisy.
Icy doesn't find it special yet.
Well, you got to keep watching, but even that first episode is quite good. So it's probably.
Now, did you find it mind messing? Like some people are like, really, oh, this show really messed with my head.
Well, the farther you get into it, the more emotionally challenging it gets. Like, it starts out and it's kind of like Battle Royale, which is... Have you seen Battle Royale, the movie?
I know it, I just haven't watched through it.
Yeah, it's a Japanese movie. It's very well loved. It's based on a novel which has been translated to English, and there's also a graphic novel that's been translated to English. So, like, I actually quite enjoy Battle Royale, which is a story of a bunch of teenagers, like a whole class... I think it's like a whole grade level of a high school gets kidnapped and forced to kill each other with weird weapons on an island, Yep. And Hunger Games took a little bit of inspiration from it, although Hunger Games is also much more interested in like the weird future government stuff and whatnot, and the goofy names. But anyway, Battle Royale, it's a good movie. I like it a lot. Very stylish and cool. I think Brandy may or may not like it because of the violence. She doesn't really like extreme violence very much. But anyway, so this show, it's a little bit like that. The concept of Squid Game, in case you guys in the audience didn't know, is that these people who are all destitute, like they're all in huge debt in South Korea, they are they're asked to participate in a game where they can win a vast amount of money, like a truly vast amount. billions, basically. Although their money system is different from ours, so it might be more like millions. But anyway, they can win all this money, they can take care of their debts, and they do it by playing a series of 6 childhood games, which includes Red Light, Green Light in the first episode, and then other games as they go on. And the thing is, if you lose in any of these games, you are shot to death. Or you may die in other ways, but it's mostly shot. So it's like, well, you can try and win, but you're very likely to die, because these games have a big random element to them and whatnot. You know, there's some skill involved.
And they trick you a lot, too.
Yeah, like there's some trickery involved.
Like, people try to get strong people, and then the, game, it's not strong you need, it's flexible.
Yeah, there's stuff like that, but it has really good characters. Like, it starts out, the main character, for instance, you probably don't like him all that much at first, because he does some shifty stuff, like one of the reasons he's in debt is because he has a gambling problem, and it compels him to do dumb things, things that could hurt his family and whatnot. But, like, as you get to know him a little bit later in the show, it turns out he's a really compelling character. And there's a bunch of compelling characters. And the thing is, people get killed in this, so you may really like this character for 4 or 5 episodes, and then they get killed in the 6th episode, and it's so sad, or whatnot. But, I mean, yeah, it's got a lot going for it. Like, the reason for the games is still a mystery. We're on episode 7, and the reason still has not been revealed. And, I mean, there's also, like, a side of it with, some law enforcement investigating what's going on, I mean, there's just a lot to it. But it also, the acting is extremely good from the Korean actors, but a little bit later in the show, they have some English-speaking actors, and they're pretty bad. So, yeah, they're not like they're not the most important part of the show by far, but they're annoying. And Brandy, in particular, is very annoyed by them. I've seen Japanese movies like Godzilla Final Wars, where they bring in an English speaker, and it's some guy they got from a bus stop or something. Like, it's not an actor. He's terrible. And this is like that. They're not good actors, but they're just a minor part in the overall show.
Yeah. And then they had I don't know, it's just that charged energy. And then you get into the next episode and you're expecting that energy again, and it's just interrupted constantly by these horrible actors.
Oh, well, just for a little while, but she means the English-speaking actors.
Yeah, and it's just this last episode. It hasn't been the whole way through. It's been a very great show.
Yeah, it's very stylish. Like, one reason, just like Battle Royale. Like, Battle Royale is a very stylish movie, so is this one. Very stylish show. They have, like, really cool designs for the costumes that the bad guys wear and different things like that. The coffins they use to dispose of the bodies are cool looking. The building and the area where these things take place, the games take place, very cool. So there's a whole lot of things to like about it. Very well directed. There's a lot of thematic depth. Like, the show is actually really concerned with, like, financial debt and the plight of poor people and different things like that. So
everybody's equal.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, it kind of reminded me, well, when you're talking about, like, you'll start developing, like, emotional bonds to certain characters, and then they'll get killed off later on, which is like, and I'm trying to remember, there was another movie or something that did that recently, or show, like, where people would be getting, like, emotionally invested in these characters, that suddenly, like, oh, this is going to be a main, like, ancillary, and I guess it was, Game of Thrones, right? Isn't that what would happen all the time? You'd be like, oh, I totally love this person, now they're dead. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, a bit like Game of Thrones. I have to buy more time, because I ran out of time. I'm one roach short of the goal with 30 seconds to go.
I was gonna say, like, if you got one last fish in there, if you don't make it, you gotta be pressing Y.
Yeah, at least it gives us the option to do it. That's nice, because otherwise I would have been screwed and have to do it all over again.
Is this your last quest?
I actually didn't. I've just been allowing it to go to the next quest, so I don't know how many I'm supposed to do before I get to move on. That's a good question. I'm hoping we can at least move on to the next area right at the end of the stream. That would be cool. Crucial carp. Crucial taunt from Wintroll.
If you can catch something other than one of those common fish. Look how much money you got now. 1,400.
Yeah, I mean, fishing over and over, it pays. Oh yeah, it's because completing the quest pays a good amount of money, better than the individual fish by far. But one last thing I want to say about the show Squid Game, which we're really enjoying, is we got to there's a particular episode. Give me a sec.
So Brandy, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Sorry, if I'm muted, then she's muted too,
Yeah.
because we share the same mic. But
It's like,
yeah, I just had a sudden horrible scratch in my throat. But anyway, there's a very sad episode in the second half of the series. But I mean, like, really brutally sad, like, so melodramatic, and we were both crying. It was rough.
yeah, that was a mess.
So just be prepared for that. Like, if you really don't like sad things, you might not want to watch the show. I mean, it's obviously a premise that involves people dying a lot, so you know it's going to be kind of sad. But I mean, wow, they found a way to make it super sad.
Yeah, it's not sad, it's tragic.
Yeah, and it's like...
It's literally like Shakespeare's tragedies, everybody dies.
So rough.
Yeah.
But we're still intrigued. We're still invested, and we want to see where it goes. And people are saying that there will be a second season, or they're likely to be, although it has not been announced, which is weird because it's a huge hit. But I'm sure they'll announce it eventually.
Have you got your Vans slip-ons?
Slip-ons?
Yeah, that's like the new trend now, the white Vans slip-ons because of it.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
No, I didn't. That's funny. I've got a nice pair of Aquabats Vans shoes, real limited edition. They were $80, but I mean, I love them. They're for special occasions only. That's the only bad thing.
They're nice, though.
Yeah, I don't like spending a ton on shoes in general because shoes wear out. You know, like, for sure, they're a real limited thing. So, you know, people pay like $130 and higher for Nikes and whatnot, and I just can't do that. Like, to me, 80 was a bit much for these, but, you know, it's my favorite band, so I couldn't say no. Man, I'm not getting that last roach. 3 minutes down.
I was gonna say, I used to have a lot of shoes when I used to work at a skate shop because you would just buy shoes all the time because you'd get them at cost anyway.
Nice.
And now, not so much. It'll be like, how long have you had? I'm looking at the. I've been wait, what am I? I'm wearing Asics, and I'm like, they're ones that I wore when I ran a half marathon, which had to be before Priel was born. So you're like, that's like 6 years old now. And it's like they're replacing another pair of running shoes that I probably had for like 3 years. So you're like, yeah, I bought 2 pairs of shoes and it's going on almost a decade now. Like,
wow.
That's what I love about being old. You're like, how often do you buy new shoes? You're like, never.
Well, my job, you know, I have to stand and walk a lot for my job. Like, it's quite a walk to my classroom and other parts of the school, you know?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of wear and tear just from that. But yeah, probably get a couple of years out of each pair, at least. But a pair that I wear infrequently, then they last a lot longer, you know? I have some pairs that are like 10 years old, and I just only wear them maybe a couple times a year.
It was funny, like, yeah, my sneakers would never get worn, but, like, my dress shoes for work, because I would be walking in New York all the time, like, those I would have to replace every, like, 2 years. Like, the heels, it would just be more costly to replace the heels than just get new, you know, shoes. And you're like, and now I haven't put on dress shoes in 2 years.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I haven't gone anywhere.
Man, why the heck am I not getting any roaches? Maybe I moved to a bad spot. I've been trying to just move around.
Maybe it's your bait. Put a different bait on it.
Oh, I don't want to
Are you
spend
at a
more money
level?
on bait.
It said something about between levels 7 and 8 that you have to buy a certain bait to actually progress.
On a particular quest or whatever?
Like,
I mean, I've caught 4 out of 5 of these roaches. I just need one more.
5 minutes.
So guys, I know that game-wise this has probably been one of our least exciting streams, but I mean, I'm having a lot of fun playing it. Like, I actually can easily recommend this game to somebody who would enjoy a simple fishing game. That's all it is, but yeah, we did it.
Hey, good job.
Okay, so let's see here.
I catch 10 roaches. 2
pieces that are the weigh a total of 350 kilograms, or catch 6 bleak. Let's do the 6 bleak. So it looks like I have to complete all 5 of these to move on to the next area, which may be more time than we want to spend on the rest of the stream. But, oh, Tech Guy likes them. That's cool, Tech Guy. Oh, no, Spazpol, why don't you win that Steam game? I'm sure it's something cool. Yeah, nobody entered for it.
Oh, hold on.
The Surge 2. The Surge 2 is actually a pretty well-liked game. That's a $30 game.
I didn't realize there was a Steam.
Yeah, there you go.
My son will play it. He actually notices when the games come on because it's on the shared library. So he's like, ooh.
Yay.
That's awesome.
A little late, Tech Guy.
The Surge 2, like Dark Souls. Oh. Maybe I should check. Like, do I have it already?
Is it like Dark Souls?
Oh.
If you already have it, just give it to Tech Guy if you happen to be the winner. He'll do the same for you.
Oh, okay.
He's like, what?
We're all friends around here.
Just everybody starts sharing everybody's library, as I do with coworkers. Like, I don't want to buy Half-Life Alyx. Just let me play your version when you're not doing it.
So you guys in the audience, are we all going to be playing Back 4 Blood next week when it comes out? I'll be honest, I've been trying to finish up Bubble Bobble 4 on PlayStation so that I can actually review it. And I've just been too busy. Like, I got a lot going on at work, you know, like grading essays and stuff. And, I mean, gosh, it's so hard to find the time to play much game. You know, it is my bad that I got into Asphalt 9, and so I will typically play that like 30 to 60 minutes a day. And I could be playing Bubble Bobble instead, but, like, I mean, I really like it.
Help that I don't like Bubble Bobble that much.
Boo.
How do you not like Bubble Bobble?
I just don't. I don't know.
She
Did you
complains
ever
about
play
that.
Puzzle de Pawn?
What? I say no.
Puzzle de Pawn.
Are you thinking of Puzzle Bobble, or do you specifically mean Puzzle de Pawn?
Puzzle de Pawn. I used to play that on Neo Geo. Like, there was a cafe in Seattle. They had Puzzle de Pawn on the Neo Geo thing, so I'd play that. It was like Bubble Bobble, but you would have to free out pieces from it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a spin-off series of Bubble Bobble that's called Puzzle Bobble, but a lot of the American ones, they call them Bust-A-Move. But I've always really liked those games. They just released a VR one, but they haven't released a regular console one in several years. But, like, if I had a VR headset that I really wanted to play, then I would totally get that one. Puzzle Bobble VR, it's called. Damien's gone missing.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find my VR headset, and then I'm like, oh, I must have packed it. Like, it used to be next to my desk. Unless I sent it to a customer. Maybe I sent it to someone.
Why would you do that? You never sent me one thing.
You don't spend millions of dollars with me every year.
Well, no, I suppose I don't, usually.
There is
Usually
that.
when somebody would get something, it's like, they're like, oh, we need to test it so we could, like, buy these. And you're like, oh, I have one sitting here that's not come out of the box in, like, months. No, oh, you know what? I put them out on the back. Yeah, I have, out in the basement on the other side, I have, like, rack workstations, and I'd put all the VR stuff out there because I was just like, I don't need it in my office here because I trip over stuff. I just have laptops sitting around. It's crazy.
Huh.
It's a nice little lab, though. Yeah, do you guys want to take a quick tour of my lab?
Come into the lab
show
and
us
see
some
what's
stuff
on
if
the
you like.
slab. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, no, it's really quick. I mean, I just turned it like, there, look.
Hey, what is that? What are you showing us?
It just is
So,
station.
like, all these workstations, laptops, NAS, battery backups, home printers. There's probably, like, VR backpack, a few racked workstations sitting there that I remote into. So, like, you're actually streaming on one of those computers over there.
But anyway, we've been playing Fishing Adventure for Xbox from Ultimate Games. It's a $10 game, and I mean, you do get a very solid fishing game. It's just a bit bare bones as far as user interface and tutorials goes, which is a shame. I wish they had put a little effort into that, but I guess they didn't want to pay for translating it into different languages would be the most likely explanation.
Yeah.
But still, decently fun for at least a couple hours. Maybe the achievements wouldn't be, I mean, they would be time consuming, I would imagine, so keep that in mind. But the Steam version is only $5, and it goes on sale sometimes, so you could get it really cheap on Steam if that's your preference. Yeah, pretty good. I would love to play a more detailed fishing game, like a real fishing simulator and not just like a Japanese style one, you know? That would be interesting. So we'll see if we can ever get codes for something like that. But this game, I already said it's on all the consoles except for PlayStation. So you also could get on Switch and do some fishing on the go. It's been fun. Thank you, Brandy, for hanging out.
Always.
Yeah, thanks to our other co-hosts, Damien, Spazpol, and Tyler, both of whom died tragically when their houses collapsed. Very sad about that. Yeah, terrible. But thanks to Icky for running the contest. Thanks to all you guys, once again, for hanging out. Oh, Ultimate Fishing Sim. So that's probably a more robust one, I'm sure. Yeah, good seeing you, Vinny. Good seeing you all. We love you. We'll see you next week. Remember, we stream every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And remember, don't hate, appreciate.
Bye.
Too bad Tyler had to leave early. What an SOB. It's also too bad the roaches are so hard to catch.
Yes.
So tonight we got to see Tech Guy, Vinny BT, Jono, Brownmeister. Oh, on Game Pass, that's interesting to learn. Jesus Ninja was here. Darker Player, of course. Perfect Zero. Human Brian.
Baumeister.
VDH 360. Was Wolfblade here at the beginning? I feel like he was.
He was.
That is good. BX Latino Heat, did I mention that guy? There's some others too. You know, we have a lot of really cool people in our crowd.
We have the most of
There he is. Yeah, we love you, man. Good to see you. You guys are terrific, and I can't wait to show you an even more exciting game next week.
Yes, thank you for sticking through it.